Okay, hello, welcome to my, not beginner, but sort of like between beginner and intermediate stream for getting better at Don't Starve Reign of Giants. I'm going to assume you have some playtime with the game so that you know how most of the mechanics work, starvation, health, and sanity. And basically just going to look at work on improving the start of the game and into the mid game and getting yourself set up and get the tools in place you need to be successful at the game. I'm just going to quickly go over some options first before we get into the game. Basically, just going to look, I've changed my controls around a little bit. Usually do attack and do action are reversed. Do action is usually F and do attack is usually F, do action is usually space. And I switch these around because of the force attack option in which you hold control. So if you, in the normal game, if you do control plus F, then you'll force attack anything, so you can attack friendly things like Glommer and Chester. Sometimes it's necessary, but also for butterflies, most importantly, if you have your attack on space, it's a little bit easier to do that there. So I've switched them around, so just for anybody, if you're really used to using F and space, I kind of actually suggest learning how to switch, and it's helped me improve, not a whole lot, but somewhat for sure, especially with butterflies. So that's just what I wanted to say there. Of course, I use WASD for moving almost exclusively. Sometimes we use the mouse for moving, but not a whole lot. Mouse I usually use to be able to switch things around while I'm also moving at the same time, and just for also like inspecting things or just having a look at my statuses, so like my health, my sanity, my hunger, etc. I'm going to be playing this brand new game with Wilson because most people use the baseline characters. Some people have trouble opening up some of the other characters, so this is the character we're going to be using. And I'm going to be changing some of the world options here. I'm going to force an autumn start. So that's just in this season start thing. And you switch it to autumn. This makes the game easier to start with because going from spring is a harsher season generally because you don't have rabbits and all of the rain that's coming is actually can be pretty hard to get through, especially if you're on the newer end of the scale. And autumn has almost zero detrimental effects, and also it flows into winter, which is a lot easier than summer. And the only other thing I'm switching is I'm going to be putting the giants here to more, just so that they each spawn during my short run here, and then I can have a guaranteed way to show how to fight them, because it'd be suck to go through a whole season and not have the giants show up. So I'd like to show how to defeat them and any strategies that are involved with them. We can go over them as well. Make sure guaranteed on the first season. And I'm only going to be playing about 90 to 100 days, like 96, or sorry, what is it? 89, about 89 days to get to Barriger is probably the goal, but it might just continue through and do a 100-day run, just to, there'll be some things to finish off at the end of the second fall and into the second winter. Second fall and first winter. So save those changes and we'll get started. So one of the most important things off the start of the game is that you really only want to collect what's absolutely necessary. I tried to attack a butterfly, but that's thing, so Flint is extremely necessary. 5 to 8 pieces of grass is absolutely necessary. 8 to 10 twigs, absolutely necessary. Berries, I'm going to pass on them because they take a little bit longer to collect than carrots, and we're going to be surviving most of the start off of carrots. It's good to find a touchstone right away. Unfortunately, I can't build a hammer right now, otherwise I would build a hammer and hammer down these pig heads, but it's just not possible because I don't have the rocks to do that, so we'll keep continuing to grab grass, twigs, berries, or grass, twigs, carrots, and flint. And the way I do it is I try to find the water, and we'll run the edge of the entire world first before we decide where we're going to be setting up a camp. This lets us know where all of the biomes are, and helps us if when we're choosing a place to settle down, we can make a pretty accurate decision on how the rest of the game's going to plan it. I will be collecting flowers, but not until after I lose some sanity, because it's kind of pointless to be collecting flowers and not gaining the sanity for them, so. I'm just going to continue on picking up carrots, ignoring berries, just for now. Following the edge. Actually, I've got more than enough twigs and grass, so I'm going to stop collecting those now. It's nice to know where these wormholes are. And finding a cobblestone road is nice as well. I could follow this and try to find Chester, but I'm not going to. We're going to just continue along the edges. We're going to have a wormhole here. Keep on continuing on. So cut stone I don't need right away, and I don't want it hogging up any of my inventory space, but I will definitely take the free pickaxe. The reason why I don't make tools as soon as I can, like I can make a pickaxe, I can make an axe, but because of the free ones that you find lying around from time to time, that's the main reason why I don't make them as soon as I can. There's a meat and a pig skin, which is a very nice start. Having that one pig skin to make an umbrella if we want to, or a football helmet if we get an alchemy machine, is very nice. If it was spring, that pig butt would be a lifesaver, absolutely. And so now I found an axe as well, so don't want any of the things because I'm not planning on world jumping. If I was planning on world jumping, obviously I know now exactly how to find it, because the crank thing is always in the set piece with the pig house on the savanna turf with the 3 spiky trees around it. And so now I know where the crank thing is if I do want to do a world jump. I'm not going to mine any of these regular rocks. I'm just going to look for the rocks with the gold veins in them, because we need to get some gold going.